I live on the southern edge of Getxo, next to Leioa on the Nervion River. It is the last complex along the river in the city. I live along the Paseo Maritimo, which runs along the waterfront. Anywhere they seem to be able to build it. Where I live, it runs along the north with a bike path next to it, all the way up to the beaches, the marina, and the Bay of Biscay. The Paseo is usually busy, especially on a sunny weekend night. If you notice coming up on the right, there are these roundish bins. These are spaced about every few blocks, and they're for refuse, which is kind of slick. As we start to get closer to the square and the Biscaya Bridge, you'll notice the crowds are increasing. People in cars are crossing the bridge over to Portugalese, and there are many pinchos bars there on the right. So people tend to hang out the square, sip a glass of wine, sip some coffee, and just talk. Oh, there are the bins again. So as we move along, we're getting closer to the bridge. And let's see if we can see if the bridge which is a hanging cable car. I don't see it right there, so it must be on the other side. Notice all the people. They've all gone across to the street on the right and gotten their coffee and beers and wine and walked over and hung out on the boardwalk there. So this is where you cross the bridge. There's a car waiting there. And then on the right, if you notice, there's a whole rack of electric bicycles that you can rent. They're all around the Bilbao area. And on the left, coming up, you'll see one of the many gelato stands that are along the boardwalk. I had a gelato there once. I swear it was pre-melted. I don't think they even refrigerated. It was pretty sad. About this point, I sped up. It's because it becomes less busier up here. You have a lot of high-end apartments. These are kind of pricey to be right almost on the ocean and right at the end of the river. So there doesn't seem to be many people hanging out or walking, and no bars here. In the basement of the few of these businesses, you'll find businesses like there's a really good car repair down one of those streets right underneath an apartment building. As you notice, the pedestrians have the right of way. You see all the white striped sidewalks. So it's pedestrians and bicycles and then cars. On the left there, it says no bicycles can enter. So I went up the boardwalk towards the beach, and then I see bicycles entering from the other side, so I followed suit. Now, if you remember, pedestrians have the right of way, but it doesn't seem that a lot of the bikers remember that. So at one point here, I actually stop at the top of the trail going out to the point and wait for the pedestrians. Over across the river there, you'll see that mountain. I can't remember the name. It's too steep for anything to be built on, kind of like, reminds me a lot of southern San Diego and where Dave Jennings used to live. There's a trail going up there, and some people actually go up there on cars. It's like a little park or a bike, and they watch the sunset. See, that guy almost runs over people on his bike. I couldn't believe it. So then I continue on down the path out to the point, and as I go out here a little bit, I had to slam on my brakes a few times because the people walking along, which is seems to be typical on the boardwalk, they just take up the whole pathway. Sometimes you'll get a family of four all walking arm in arm, and if you're walking faster, they don't want to let you by. If you're walking slower, they overrun you. So it's controlled mayhem. It's you get it up in the main road going into the city, which we passed. They've turned it into a one-lane road, a two-lane bike trail, and sidewalks like this going up both sides of the street. And today I went up there to a restaurant, And it was controlled chaos. People crossing back and forth, bikes crossing back and forth, cars slowly going down the street, dropping off things, dropping off people, and no one seems to run into each other. So here we are at the point, and I come to a stop here. I did look back at the beach, but since it is a topless beach, I decided not to show those videos. So this is the end of our trail. Over to the right is the cruise ship port and then the beaches.